In season 4, Thaedus, we find out, I mean, we kind of already knew, but Thaedus was responsible for the Ring of Viltrumites around the former planet of Viltrum. And while he was the leader of the Coalition of Planets, he was willing to do anything to win. Alan happened to be talking after the death of Thaedus. Alan was talking to the Council of Leaders, and one of them told Alan, maybe Thaedus was just using Nolan, Mark, and Oliver to further his own plans, and had the intention of offing them afterwards. Alan was like, no, he wouldn't. Why would he do that? Why would he ever do that? What a terrible first meeting of the council, by the way. Bad first impression. But afterwards, Thaedus sends his final last wishes to Alan via video, and was like, hey, I got the Scourge virus, and I got it all ready to go. So make sure you take off the cap and you go and unscrew it all over wherever the Viltrumites are at. And
some of you may die.
Yeah.
But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah. So he was absolutely, and then he absolutely was like, hey, I know you're friends with them. You absolutely cannot let that get in the way. So with all that being said, also the caveat here is that the Scourge virus could also affect any humans because they're mixing the DNA, and he made it specifically to impact the DNA of mixed Viltrumites. And was like, all right, good luck, Alan. I know you'll make the right choice. Click. So, how do you feel about Thaedus after finding that out? But before you answer that question,
of course,
before you answer that, we do Invincible stuff all the time. So if you like Invincible talk and you like how I set that up, think about subscribing. Think about liking the video. We talk about Invincible stuff all the time. So now you can answer the question: how do you feel about Thaedus finding out that how do you feel about Alan finding out that Thaedus was just as bad as I guess the guy that killed more than half of his race really was? I mean, I guess, granted, Viltrumites bad. Viltrumites are bad. He still killed them, a lot of them.
Right.
He still probably killed his own fair share of people under the Viltrum Empire flag too. So he was probably bad. And then he's like, hey, I know they helped us, but like, fuck them, right? So how do you feel about Thaedus?
Well, first of all, before I discuss how I feel about the non-real people, I'm talking about how I feel about the real people.
The real.
Yeah, the real people.
Okay, who are the real people?
I mentioned the Scourge virus.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of episodes ago. Yeah. Go back and watch it to fact check me. And I mentioned, why wouldn't they bring that? And I read the comments just as much as he does. And I saw people being like, talking about the virus, but none of you told me that it was going to come up. So on one hand, good job, guys. On the other hand, that's all I had to say. Now I'll go into how I feel. That was my bone. I picked it. I think it is such a holier than thou way to go about it. Because in my opinion, I always kind of felt that Thaedus had not this complex around him, but this, I don't know how to put it. In one way, it's shame, but then on the other hand, it's not pride, but maybe confidence in being, I guess maybe an ability of like knowing he's a Viltrumite, so he's going to be stronger than anybody on that council or anybody on the planet. So it kind of like my shit don't stink, holier than thou is kind of like what I'm trying to get at. So I'm not fully surprised that he would have done something like this when he already like fucking did it. You know, like he already used this thing to destroy more than half of his, you know, the majority of his planet. And now that there's only like fucking less than 40 of them left, he's like, yeah, we're going to use this, but now I'm going to make sure that it's fucking all of yous. I think it's a little maybe unfair because he kind of went about being like, I changed. I'm a Viltrumite, but I'm not. So when Nolan, for example, who was Viltrumite number 1, goes about changing, now with this a reintroduction of the Scourge virus, now it's like, oh, nobody else can change but me. I'm the only one that can do a good deed as a Viltrumite. I'm the one that's going to have this title on nobody else. I'm going to kill my whole race because that's what I need to do. I'm so much better than that. But it doesn't leave any room for the people, for the Viltrumites that are doing good, that helped him get to that point. I don't think it's really fair.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give Thaedus the pass here. You know what? I'll say it. Thragg was right. Thragg was right. There you go. You got it. Thragg was right. He literally told Nolan, hey, you really think you could trust that guy who killed all of us? And then Nolan was like,
not really.
No, when I trust him a little bit more than I trust your ass.
Yeah.
And then he got blocked up. But like, it's a tough one. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
And like, you know, up to this point, Alan has been playing everybody loves him. Everybody loves Alan. There's not one bad thing Alan has really done. I mean, he's had some nuance to his character where he like has an opinion on the war, and I have opinions on like how dare thing you guys not like my Frito bugs. Like, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's been the most nuanced of his character.
He's pretty.
Well, whatever the little bug joke that he makes every season.
Is that he likes him?
Yeah, I guess. Great. Yeah, they're friends. She'll love it when she's dead. Like, it's just, man, like, Alan going and reading that and having the absolute shock and terror on his face. And like,
broke my heart.
You know, I don't exactly know. Because, I mean, again, I say it every video. You know, the comics are a little bit different. Alan has, you know, confliction about it, obviously, and you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I guess they're right, and I feel like he's gonna get peer pressured, and I feel like it's gonna be not necessarily his decision to go through with doing that.
It would be the council's decision.
But he's going to find out as soon as Nolan gets there that's where the Viltrumites are at. Mm-hmm. Nolan's going to tell him. I would not doubt that Alan's going to tell him, hey, this is what I'm thinking. They're going to fight. Alan's going to win. And then put Nolan, lock Nolan up. And then Oliver's going to find out. Oliver's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you would do this to me, Alan, Uncle Al. Can't believe you would do this to me. And then agree with him. Would not doubt in my mind that Oliver would agree with Alan, because
Even if it would kill him too?
no, I think that him telling, hey, go tell Mark and Eve to get off the planet, and we're gonna blast the planet. I would not doubt if Oliver was like, more than likely they won't kill all the humans, but it will kill all the Ultramites, and wouldn't you want that? And I think that, I mean, I'm sure it'll be a more in-depth than what I'm saying there, but like, it's just, that's how it's gonna play out. That is just how it's gonna play out. And like, we'll see what, and you know, there was technically a spoiler for this that happened in season 2. Remember when Mark went, and maybe it's a spoiler part. Remember when Mark went to the future and met with the King Immortal?
Yes.
And then Immortal was like, you look so small.
Oh, yeah.
And then that we didn't know at that time what Scourge virus was.
Yeah.
So we can only assume, because it's canon in that universe,
That it could
assume that it would happen in this universe. So like, you know, that's just what I think will happen.
So you think Earth is gonna get nerfed?
Could be, or I mean, or you'll probably get the return of Hero Mark, where he tanks the Scourge virus and saving the rest of the Viltrumites, and then Thragg is like, all right, brother.
Then he takes him under his wing
And then
get the content.
And then you get them training to get yeah. You get the return. Thragg is like, all right, I'll train you. And then
Now it's Dragon Ball.
it's Rocky 3. Yeah, I mean, that's just what's gonna, I mean, to go back to the main point of this, like, yeah, Thaedus is fucked up. Thaedus is not the leader hero that I think a lot of people say that he is in the community.
He makes himself out to be.
Yeah, it's like, sure, he was respected. Sure, like he
did good.
Yeah, it's just like, when you think about it, it's like,
He's no different than the other ones.
he's no different than Cecil in a lot of ways.
No, he's not.
I mean, if you think of the weapons that he's used, I mean, his strongest weapon is Alan the alien, whom he made, whom he has kind of brainwashed, what's the word, groomed since birth, to be like, hey, listen to me, because I know what's best, because your planet was destroyed and we brought you here to
Do it.
It's just, maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe we will find something devastating.
He did do it.
Maybe he will.
That makes a lot of sense.
Imagine that he stole
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
He's a Viltrumite.
Imagine that.
I would not doubt it.
That would be a crazy reveal if we find out that Thaedus actually stole Alan, and that's what gets Alan to like wake the fuck up and not do that sort of thing. I don't know how it's gonna play out in that way.
Commit genocide.
Yeah, but like, you know, I don't know. You just can't tell me that like Thaedus is a good guy. I don't know. All the evidence is here to show that like good guys don't do that. Good guys aren't like, yeah, Mark and Oliver, good kids, kill them. Like,
Yeah, like
unbelievable.
good guys don't allow children into their war and then decide that they're not worthy of being alive because of something they had no control over.
Yeah, unbelievable. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think differently about Thaedus after finding out that he's like, hey, Alan, kill them now? Or do you still agree with Thaedus, and you think that he should just end all the Viltrumites, who are bad people, but doesn't mean Earth should just suffer because of them? Right. Yeah, let us know in the comments section below while you're down there. think about liking and subscribing, because we talk about Invincible stuff all the time.